Okay, when you get that tax refund, your head spins with possibilities, right? Vacations, fancy dinners, new outfits, a gigantic television.
Or let me be a buzzkill here. You could do something really smart with it that'll have a positive impact on your entire financial life.
Using your tax refund to boost your credit score. It's our featured story at the top of the list.
Last year, more than 128 million Americans received an average tax refund of $2,775. And while getting a lump sum of a few thousand can seem like an invitation to go on a shopping spree, there are better ways to treat yourself.
My best advice to you is to pay yourself first. And that typically means making those long-term investments to your future that can help you improve your finances so that you can unlock better opportunities.
And those opportunities are better than blowing that refund on a few new shirts and shoes.
You know, if you have a good credit score, it unlocks doors for you so you can save thousands of dollars on your car payment. You could buy a home that is in the neighborhood of your choice with, a more compelling interest rate on your mortgage.
So Shazia Verji, the GM of Credit Services at Credit Sesame, is teaching us how to use that tax refund to raise our credit score. First, you have to pay down that debt.
Typically, people have multiple types of debt, from credit cards to auto loans to their mortgage to student loans.
Most of us are likely making the minimum payment to all of our obligations, but now you have the chance to change that.
You may want to think about accelerating payments to the ones where you have the highest interest rate debt.
Since credit cards typically have the highest interest rate, it's best to focus on that debt to see your score improve quickly.
Organize your credit cards from highest interest rate and balance to lowest.
Then take the next big step and go for the highest interest rate.
That's where there are different schools of thoughts, whether it's the highest balance or the highest interest rate. A lot of times those are tied together, because if you do have a high interest rate, that's going to compound over time, leading to a higher balance.
If you have multiple high interest cards, you'll want to make payments on each of them. But before you start making payments, you'll want to factor in the final step, which is to lower credit utilization.
And that is the percent of available credit that you're using from the total. So let's say you have $10,000 of available credit across your credit cards. Lenders typically like to see you spend less than 30% of that. So in this case, that would be less than $3,000.
But the amount you'll pay to each card depends on its individual credit limit.
So $200 might mean a lot if your credit limit is only $1,000, but it might not make much of a difference if your credit limit in total is $20,000.
And if you're really trying to see that score go through the roof,
credit utilization ratio below 30% is good and below 10% is great.
So look at your cards and decide how much you'd like to allocate to each.
But doing it quickly after you get your tax refund is probably the best idea if you have some short-term financial goals that you'd like to reach.
We're increasing our credit score with our tax refund at the top of the list.